So I gave the CC01 a test run today using this battery. Now, I knew I was going to have issues because this section here that's all flat was sitting quite comfortably around here, and that's why I had to make these incisions. And then that servo sort of kicks out quite a bit, so that was fouling on top of the battery, which we can't have that, can we? And these clips, or this battery holder and the R clip, that wasn't really working there. If you turned it the wrong way round, it was more chance, but the body shell would foul on this side, so ain't being used. So now we're on to a little mini battery which will fit in there lovely, and then that servo can fit there nice. Well, that was my first thought. My second thought was, what I've done is I've velcroed or hook and loop the receiver and speed controller there. I thought, oh, that space there, what's that like? So we take the battery, and that, some velcro could fit there, then ditch this Tamiya connector as my little adapter that I've got to change the Deans, and then I can run the banana plugs over there. Now I might need to either lengthen the cable or move the ESC a bit, but also I want to thin out all these cables, so I've got to figure out where I'm going to have my ESC or speed controller. Then I can shorten the motor cables, because at the moment that is just over the top. No need. Now the other option is, what I could do is I could put everything in this area. I could put the battery in there, I could put probably everything in that area, and that would be pretty small. If we went that there, we took that off there, and then brought that round right there. Right, we'd probably have to turn that around, but it's possible everything will fit in there. The only thing is I wanted to keep the wires away from this area so that there is room. Yeah, that's not going to help, is it? I'm getting the height again, so I'm going to have an issue. That's a shame, because everything does fit in there. Right, the other thing is, because I'm now running 3 servos for the steering, one for the steering, one for the steering wheel, and one for the driver's head. On my test, I'm running 2 Y leads, so one Y lead comes out and feeds the other Y lead and the steering servo, and the other Y lead goes off and does those 2. So all I actually need is 1 male on one side to go into the receiver, and then 3 of the females, so then I can pop in all my servos, and that would save a little bit more space as well, without shortening cables of actual servos, which always is a good way of doing things, because that does make it tidier. Oh, the reason for this big mess here is because I still want to do my lighting for the dash and stuff, but I'm not messing around with that until I've got this working. Now, the nano magnets. Now, these are what are fitted in my Red Cap lowriders, and they have plastic around them, like I actually wrote on the description bit of the last video. Now, what I could do is I could still use these, but instead of, that's actually 3M tape, and I cleaned this with ibuprofen alcohol beforehand. I didn't use any keying, I didn't actually key it, and this is just bits that it's picking up, that it's falling off, and the sticky is just not there now. It's just not sticky at all, which is a shame. So on the front, I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do, but I'm definitely not going to have body posts sticking up through the body. What I'll do is either use stealth mounts with hook and loop or Velcro, which is something I really do like, or I might opt for the magnets, which I didn't get on with these at all, but they've got a small footprint, and it does mean that by doing some relocation of this, because it's got two fixings there and there, I might bring that in one so that it clears the headlights and everything, and then bring those across. Body's a bit further back than what it will be in real life, so that should work. That should give me enough room there to then either use the magnets or the stealth posts. Right, let's get on with it. Oh, now that looks a lot better, doesn't it? All I've done is shorten the cables to the motor, taken out the joiners, and then wired in the other parts that were from the motor, and then put plugs on the end. Because banana plugs on these little pole connectors are so easy to make a mistake. Look, there's a little plus, there's a little minus. It doesn't take much to make things go pff. And that little sound of pff, oh, it's really disappointing, isn't it, in life? Yeah, I know I've done it a few times, but anyway, what I've done is use my little hex key, Allen key, and on the cable turned it around just to give that springiness. I don't know whether that's the right way or a wrong way to do it, but I prefer that than the cluster of stuff that was there before. And yeah, it's got play. I'd rather this not be like this. I think I might have to put a cable tie down here just to pull it away from the servo, but yeah, it's an easy little fix. So the mount's in there now, but I've still got to figure out a way on how to do the battery, on how to keep that secure. The Velcro idea I don't think is a good idea because of this. I don't want to be moving that, but it does slide in and out, so I think I might need to have some kind of foam spacer in that section that'll push it up against here. One thing I have noticed is on that battery bar, I see that part that's coming down there. Don't like that. That'll be pushing on the lipo, but yeah. Oh, other thing that I'm tinkering with, because I've got to the point of looking at these. So I've just stripped down the two Y leads there, and they're both totally different. They were made by two different companies, but I'm going to use the shorter one and cut off so that I'm just making an extension on one, and then shorten the wires, add them to that, and then have a 3-to-1, and that should do the job. So let's give it a go. So I've done a bit more tinkering with this. I decided to use a bit of blue tack, or could be white. If it was white tack, it'd be white. but it's not, it's blue. I had this issue, well, not issue, I thought, well, hold on, I'm doing everything to this size pack because it works in that space, but this is old. It's very old, that I got from a friend of mine that used to race with these packs. I've got 3 of these. So the first one, I've just done a little test on this, and well, this is bin fodder currently at the moment, because it's just over a cell voltage, which is not very great, and because it hasn't got a port for doing both cells so that I can connect it to most of my battery chargers, and I don't know. So dismissing that, I've done a bit of tidying in here, and still need to sort out mounting the actual magnets. These are too long. These are the only ones I have of this size. I might use something else and keep them and make it shorter, because it's too high when I use that, which is without the magnet, without the other magnet which attaches to the shell and the bonding to the shell, where the one in there I can screw in. So I do need that shorter. Excuse me. So yeah. Right, next. It's not today. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.